In this video, let's learn about the concept of this binding in Svelte. Basically, this binding makes it possible to access DOM nodes directly within Svelte. For our understanding, we will take a look at one of the more common use cases, which is focusing a text input. For example, if we have a login form on page load, we want the username input field to be focused. Let's see how to achieve that with this binding and the onMount lifecycle hook. I'm going to start off by creating a new file in the components folder. So autofocus.svelte. Now in the markup, I'm going to add an element. Input type is equal to text. I will import this component in app component and add it to the markup. So import autofocus from ./components/autofocus.svelte and within the main tag autofocus. Now if we save the files and take a look at the browser, you should be able to see an input field. What we want to achieve is as soon as the page loads, the input field should be focused. We can do that in two simple steps using this binding and the onMount lifecycle hook. The first step is to declare a new variable in the script section and bind it to the input element using the bind directive. So script section, we are going to declare a variable called input_ref. On the input element, let's add this binding using the bind directive. So bind:this. To this we assign the variable we have just declared. Input_ref, we now have a reference to the input element. The second and final step is to call the focus method on this input element. And the place to do that is the onMounted lifecycle hook. So from Svelte, import the onMount lifecycle hook and invoke it. If you can recollect, this method is the place to access the DOM element. onMount accepts a callback function and within the function body on the element reference, which in our case is the input_ref. We can call the focus method, so .focus. If we now save the file and take a look at the browser, refresh, input is focused on page load. The read-only this binding applies to every element and allows you to obtain a reference to the render elements. Alright, that is a quick note about this binding in Svelte. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you guys in the next video.